Hi, I'm Philip from Contemplative Chaos. Today we're showing the kids how to build a wood rocket stove, like this right here. It's consumable, burns hot, burns for a while, and you can cook right over it.
Dad, can we have a fire? I've got some marshmallows that need to get eaten.
You mean burned? Yeah, but I only have one log and it's kind of wet. I know just the method.
What's that? I'd like to know so I can get a leg up on Dominic.
Okay, we can build a wood rocket stove. It's going to burn for a while, it puts off a beautiful flame, and we can burn some marshmallows. I mean, roast to golden perfection. Let's get started. So we want to start with a log that's at least 8 inches in diameter. And the bigger it is, the longer it's going to burn for. It doesn't really matter if it's wet or dry. Right here I drew it with a Sharpie so you can see the shape. So pretty much I'm going to quarter it, and then I'm going to make like a square this way. So I'm going to split it in the quarters and then take this much out, and we'll chip a little section out where the air inlet's going to be. And with that, I'm going to just do it, instead of swinging, this has more accuracy. We can use all this extra wood for the fire later. Try and hit that a little bit. Work on the next one. Okay, so we have the log already cut into the right shapes, and now we're just going to assemble them. So we just put them back together the way that they came. And you want to make sure there's no gaps for air to get in, because you want all the air to come in through the bottom, like this. There you go. And if you have metal wire, you can use a metal wire to wrap it together, or if you have jute, or in my case, I have some bittersweet vine. This might be something you can find in the woods nearby, or I'll be fine. So we got a little end, wrap together. And the reason that we don't want any air gaps is because we don't want air coming from other areas besides the hole. This will create the rocket stove like effect. So there you go. So when it's all put together, it should look something like this. So I have an air hole in the bottom. I wrap this one up with some bittersweet root, and then we have the opening on top. We'll start the fire on the bottom, and it should feed up. And if you're wondering what to do with all the scrap wood that you made from cutting out the log, all that scrap wood, we're just going to use that to feed the fire. Okay, so we have the wood set up like this, a little rocket stove and wood. So if you could please get some kindling, we can get the fire going.
Here, Daddy.
Thank you very much, Cecilia. You can put those right there. Okay, and if you just have some fine wood shavings, I got a little paper down there. And some kindling should start this thing right up. And you can feed it from the top. I think that's fine until you need to cook something. You got to feed it from the bottom. And we should have this thing going in no time.
Why don't we want air getting in from the cracks?
You want all the oxygen coming in from the bottom. This ensures that the fire burns more efficiently, only burning from the inside out. That's why we use bittersweet vine or jute or cable to hold it together, because the outside of the log doesn't burn until the end. This also prevents the wood that isn't directly exposed to the flame from smoldering. That's partly why traditional campfires smolder so much. a lot of the fire is far from the center of the fire. Remember that there are 3 ingredients for a campfire: fuel, oxygen, and heat. When you just have oxygen and fuel, but not enough heat for sustained combustion, it smolders.
Gee, Dad, that's more than I am going to remember. Hey, let's get to the best part, the marshmallows.
Oh, you burned it.
Thanks, Dad. Now we can school Dominic up on fires.
You know what they say, Cecilia? Happiness isn't real unless it's shared. You happy?
Mm-hmm.
Same here. I think the best part is I can cook right over it. Granted, you can cook over other bushcraft fire methods too, like the Swedish torch. My issue with the Swedish torch is you usually need a dry log, which isn't always an option. And the logs seem to tip over if you aren't careful, and the outside begins to smolder too soon. I think this is the best bushcraft method, and it only took us 10 minutes. That's for you.
If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe to the channel.
Awesome. I have an engraving tool.